Welcome, everybody, to Campaigns and Concoctions, where we are a bunch of happy hooligans who like to drink and to play TTRPGs.
Woo! Back, baby. Back.
Welcome back, everybody. First, I want to say thank you to everyone for your patience. If you're watching this in real time, it has been a little bit more than a month since the last time we played. July has always been a tough space for us as a table. There's always so much stuff that is going on, so thank you all for your patience so much. We really, really appreciate it. But as always, if you, we want to thank you for joining us on this adventure of cooperative storytelling. And if you would like to engage with us in a more interactive way, feel free to click the links below and point. Yes, super excited. By now, hopefully you have all watched our intro series. Hopefully Curtis's will be up by the time this comes up.
That's a family that is internet shaming because Curtis hasn't scheduled his yet.
And he's the only one.
Yeah, everyone else is either up or coming up. So we are recording today on the 11th of August. Tomorrow, the 12th, Jared's will be coming out. Very exciting. Very good conversation with Jared. So I'm very excited for y'all to see that one. But thank you so much for watching those. Thank you for liking them. Also, please, if you are watching this on the YouTube, I'm looking at you right now. Please subscribe. The more subscribers we get, all the buttons, subscribe, like, comment, hit all the things. We are growing fairly quickly for a new YouTube channel that has no marketing. So thank you for that. But, come and, hang out with us. Next order of business for us, please come see us if you're on the western slope of Colorado at Mesa County Comic-Con, September 20th and 21st. We're very excited for that. We're going to have John, Curtis, Nate, and myself there at Comic-Con. We are there to answer your questions. Hopefully this is the first of many cons that we start doing. Very excited about that. Very, very awesome. Let's see here. What else do we have? I think that's everything for me. I believe John/Curtis had stuff.
Take it away, John.
Balmer Peak. Friends of the Pod.
Friends of the
Pod. They are doing an anniversary giveaway, which is only open until the 13th. When does this air?
It'll be past that day.
Yeah.
Well, you missed out.
Fuck you.
You should have been quicker. All right.
Yeah.
But
Go follow them on Instagram.
Go follow them on Instagram anyways, because the next time there's a giveaway, you'll know about it. Damn it. But also they just opened their second location. They've got a second tasting room / bar. Curtis, do you remember what the location is?
It's on Colfax.
It's on Colfax. You heard it here first.
In America, you'll find it.
You'll find it. Just drive from one side to the other, and you'll be fine.
I think it's near Colfax and Sheridan, but my brain is garbage right now, so please don't trust me.
Samesies. Also, our friends of the pod over at Balmer Peak were featured on both Jepson Malort's Instagram page and I think Facebook page as well, and on Mover and Shaker's Facebook page, because some giant bag of dicks on fire decided to throw a brick through the window of I think it was their original location, and stole only one bottle of Balmer Peak No Mort and a handful of ice, which is also kind of worth some accolades.
If
we're being real.
If it wasn't for breaking the window, I think there's
I'd be supportive. Yeah, exactly.
The victim was crime.
Right, exactly.
No, the person who did it is the victim. They fucked themselves.
Also,
than them needing a new window.
They should live forever in the Malort Hall of Fame. Yes. However, go pay for the window, you fucking douche. I guarantee they don't press charges if you show up and say, it was me, I'm an asshole, here's the money for the window. Guarantee they don't press charges.
It's Sheridan and Alameda.
There we go.
Thank
Sheridan
you.
and Alameda. That's why we've got a tech sorcerer over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the really cool things, if you do click the links below, you can join the Discord and you can actually talk to the distiller of Balmer Peak.
That's right.
In our Discord server. He goes by Distiller Austin. He is a super
phenomenal person. Yeah,
they are awesome people. I've only interacted with them digitally because this all started after I moved over here to the western slope of Colorado. Also, by the way, I'm in a new location, so I'm apologizing for any kind of echoes that come across. I'm still sound treating this space, but yes, new location, new studio. So welcome into my So, awesome. Go look after Balmer Peak. Buy local, support local. Always if you can. That's great. So I believe, though, we also have something for the 50th that we kind of delayed because of the mail. So this is a little shot of Fernet Branca. So cheers, everyone. So to everyone a little early, drink well.
Drink well. Good friends and bad decisions.
I mean, it's Fernet. Drink, motherfucker. Drink.
Shots.
That is definitely a bartender shot.
That's a lot more than a bartender shot.
Mm-hmm.
I think these things are 3 ounces.
No, I mean the flavor.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's fair.
Ooh. First time?
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Really?
I've never just drank a giant shot of Fernet. I have had a Ferrari, which is Campari and Fernet.
Yes, it is.
And it's actually quite good.
It's delicious, yeah.
That's all right. I see why it's a bartender thing, though.
Yeah, that is very.
Right.
So if you want to make a shot that will absolutely shock people, do 1/3 Fernet Branca, 1/3 Menta Branca, and 1/3 coffee liqueur. Doesn't matter what kind of coffee liqueur it is. It straight up tastes like a Thin Mint, like a Girl Scout cookies Thin Mint, like straight up. It is wild.
I thought I needed caffeine before the game. Nope.
Nope, you'll be awake. You'll be awake. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if there's actually caffeine in Fernet.
For those of you who have been with us since the beginning, thank you. This was for you. We really appreciate you because I know we've had a bunch. Plus, when you get to this point, if you were starting in the past, I know there's a couple of you. Onyx, I know you're one of them. But we just want to say thank you. This is part of it. So like we do things. So thank you guys so much. But with all that being said, what are we drinking?
Oh yeah.
All right, so I've been drinking a lot of last words because I've been at places that actually have last words. So I did kind of a riff on a last word. I'm using the Fascia Bruto. Am I saying that right?
Faccia Bruto.
Faccia Bruto.
Faccia Bruto.
You gotta use your
Faccia
hand.
Bruto,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Faccia Bruto is the brand. It's center back.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is the one that you can actually find. I've been.
Yes.
Yes.
The Gallio yellow one that I want to find, I have yet to
It's
see.
very difficult to get hold
Yes.
of.
Yeah.
I've had one bottle in one of my high end bars in the last 3 years.
That's because it's a
Oh, Trevor has it.
like anniversary
Yeah.
limited edition
Yeah.
aging.
Yeah.
So we're subbing that in for our green chartreuse because it's much easier to find the green chartreuse.
And it's also delightful.
Yeah,
It's
and
also
very
nice.
delightful. And then I was feeling a little saucy, so I did Batavia Ararak instead of gin,
Fuck yeah.
and it's very tasty.
And
It
then
is good.
Maraschino and lime like normal?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, like I didn't. I was
You
trying to
did,
make
that was- yeah, that
you
was
did
nice one,
equal parts though. You didn't do equity parts.
I did. I actually made an equal parts drink.
Wow.
That's what it tasted like to me. It tasted
yeah,
like
it does taste equal parts.
the lime was showing up.
Yeah, the lime shows up and the
Maraschino.
Faccia Bruto and the Maraschino, all show up pretty well.
I'll go.
Instead of this being a gin bomb.
I'll go. I made the Rove with Fashion. I think I shared it in Discord already.
Mhm.
3/4 ounce of Old Granddad bourbon, 3/4 ounce of cognac, 3/4 ounce of chai infused vodka, 1/2 ounce of chichao.
Look,
Amaro chichao.
Amara
Chicharo.
Chicharo.
Oh my
Yeah.
I was like, what are you trying to say?
It's hard.
And then
It's different.
Curtis's
Well,
has 1/4 ounce of grenadine. Mine has 1/4 ounce of cane syrup.
Interesting.
They're very close. I think I do like the grenadine one better, slightly. And then just express orange peel, rub around the rim, drop it in. I build it in the glass and just drop in a large cube. So
Also, if you want a brunchy version of this, please go back to the intro series, Interview with Jared 1. Jared's delightful. He's someone great to interview, someone who does interviews. I'm very excited. That's a very good one. But yeah, he's got another one there because we all have cocktails. We were trying to match cocktails throughout the series, but it didn't last. So because I don't have plum wine, and the sentient skull that is Dustin only drinks plum wine.
Right, exactly.
I don't know where it goes, but it doesn't come out his neck.
I do think it was a little serendipitous that I was like, Morgan, I don't know what I'm making. I only have these 4 ingredients, and you're like, do a Pergu Club. That's what I'm making because I also only have those 4 things right now. And I'm like, Okay.
Done.
Cool.
Done.
And it's a very good
I
drink.
haven't made it yet.
I don't know if I've ever had that.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's like a margarita,
Yeah,
right?
it's like
Like
a
a-
shit margarita.
Oh, fuck yeah. That sounds
It's-
great.
yeah.
That sounds phenomenal.
I'll make
I mean,
one next. Great.
stupid easy idea.
Yeah.
Like, why would you not? How
Really
have
good.
I not? Yeah.
Anything else we've got there?
One more beverage. Two
For
more
the
beverage.
record, I am not drinking plum wine tonight.
He is
At
not.
the moment, anyway.
What are you drinking tonight?
Glenlivet?
This is, yes, the last of my bottle of Glenlivet 15.
Yeah.
There you
'Cause
go.
It's been a while since we've been together. So.
That's right.
And
And
John is graciously helping me.
Yes,
finish
I'm
the rest
helping
of it,
with
too.
the other half a pour over here.
I will help too.
But I also have what I'm calling the Ramble. It's a bramble with no B because it's raspberry. So I did the the elderflower rose Empress gin. I did framboise, a little bit of simple syrup, and a bunch of raspberries and lemon juice. Sorry,
Yep.
lemon juice as well.
I honestly, I think I like that better than a regular.
A regular
Bramble.
bramble, yeah. I mean, it's really good.
I'm a
It's really
sucker
good.
for raspberry though.
Yeah, yeah.
It's,
Raspberry's fucking delicious.
And I like a raspberry sucker too.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say it tastes like raspberry with booze.
Yep.
About it.
Yep.
And
I
you,
think a bramble is perfectly okay, but it's very like simple.
It is
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah, absolutely. The fun thing about a bramble is you can do a lot of shit to it. So, like for instance, this one is a little bit more traditional because it is gin, but it's using the framboise and the simple syrup, and then just raspberries and lemon juice, right? But something that you can try is doing a bourbon bramble, right? Especially if you have like creme de cassis, which is black currant.
Mhm.
Super tasty in a bourbon bramble. You can do a vodka bramble. You can switch up the flavors and use just about any kind of berry liqueur, a few of those berries, and some lemon juice. And also, when I use creme de cassis, I'll use blackberries because it's really hard to find fresh currants in the U.S. At least fresh black currants. I don't know that I've ever found them, to be honest with you.
I haven't been looking, but I also haven't seen them.
I've looked.
Yeah,
I've looked and not looked, and I feel like even when I wasn't looking, if they appeared, I would have bought them.
Correct.
Yeah.
I've
know,
seen
so-
them, but not
All
regularly.
right,
Yeah.
just hold up real quick.
Oh,
Jared thinks he
Sorry.
just had scotch for the first
pretty
time.
sure.
What?
What?
Yes.
Sorry.
That's
Yes.
not possible.
It
So
is possible for
That
me.
is no. That is
So-
not possible because you know me,
Yeah.
and you know him,
I don't know.
It's probably been a
and
while.
I know him.
he said these words out loud, and I'm like, we're stopping
Cut.
the podcast.
Cut.
Right? Like-
Hit pause on the recording.
Start over. Start over.
There's no way you've never had scotch.
Did you get your scotch spankings?
Maybe in a drink, but not.
When you drink scotch for the first time, you need to be spanked.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad I didn't know you when that happened.
I drank it for the first time with someone who'd never drank it
I have a
before.
wife.
So.
Can rectify this at home.
All right, well,
he's,
all right.
he's in his vapors.
He's got a vape.
I'm a bit verklempt.
a little bit more
Scotchy
scotch. You know.
You can have some more scotch.
You can have
too.
some more scotch.
There it goes. It opened up. Now it's amazing. Sorry.
Just, can you drink it? Like, did you do it on camera? Can we watch it back later?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic! I want to
Yeah.
see this. I want to watch this in detail. Can you
Right.
shorts that?
Right. We're gonna.
Try to.
Yeah,
we're
please
gonna
short
put a
that.
timestamp in the YouTube description.
Yeah, put it in
Go
the put it
back
down below for the first
below.
scotch.
No, there's no
First
way. That's the first time
scotch.
I've ever had that.
There's no way.
This,
Not
this,
straight. No,
wild.
maybe in a
Okay.
drink. Not
All
straight.
right.
this might be the first time you've had this kind of scotch.
It may be the first time
Yeah,
you've had
or something.
Okay,
so-
you guys can- you guys can keep
Roy,
serving me
Gore,
later. I wanna play D&D.
Lagavulin.
Let's
Yeah.
play D&D.
Let's play
All right,
Fuck
let's
yeah!
play some
Sorry.
D&D.
All right.
No, that was the right thing to do. Thank you.
I'm
Sorry.
in awe. Yeah,
So
no,
good.
I'm in awe. It's
Oh.
okay. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Like I feel like
We're all
Glenlivet's
fine.
it's very balanced.
It is
right?
very
Like,
balanced,
It's not like
light,
Yeah.
not super smoky,
Okay.
not peaty at all.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Let's do
The
it.
last time that we gathered,
Mhm.
many months ago,
a long time.
the party had recouped from the orbitals, the air assault that they had done, and assaulted into the building. And essentially, the entirety of the last episode was the battle to overcome one of Skjald's scorned lovers.
Well, he was scorned by her, yeah.
Exactly. I couldn't figure out how to put that in the right words, but yeah. And then we left off with essentially Skjald standing over the corpse of his former lover with there was Sark was diving into the mechanics of 2 automatons, as well as there was something else that someone wanted to role play, and I forgot what it was.
I was going to search the areas where people had been with Wand of Secrets.
Mm-hmm. But there was something else that I think it was Curtis wanted to role play something. Oh, Curtis wanted to role play something about like watching Skjald.
Yeah, I do recall. I think Patrice was looking maybe to see like Skjald's reaction to having successfully murdered this person.
So here's what you guys are seeing.
Comfortable calling it murder.
As at this point, besides Ellen Sark, because Ellen Sark, everyone's kind of looking at this globe of darkness, right? No one can see Skjald, and I believe SOA is up there with him.
Yeah, SOA
think
can see me, but I think
SOA
she's
can
the only
see-
one.
It's the only one you can see, and she's also, I think, on the other side of the darkness from everyone else at this
So,
point.
John, please forgive me, but I am going to take a little bit of liberty here for just.
No, go for it. Yeah.
As you stand over the body of this woman who has caused so much pain, you lose all sense of what is going on, and you just automatically drop everything that you've had concentration on. So the magical darkness ends. So
My shadow, after the magical darkness ends, my shadow blade that I'm holding in my hand just sort of turns to wisps and floats out of my hand like smoke, and my hand just kind of relaxes.
let me get Jared, Sid, SOA, and Patrice, because they're actually the ones that are looking to roll a perception check. That was impressive, Jared.
Ooh, that is
Does
it.
that count?
It's
It's
in a dice
bucket.
tray.
It's not my
It's
bucket.
in a dice tray.
First roll back energy.
I think for awesome factor,
Yeah.
that was a cool factor thing.
I want to
Nine.
use a sorcery point if I have them. I have to check to see if I still have some.
What was that?
9.
20,
It's about right.
27
Sorcery
for
points I
Sid.
got here.
I mean, to be fair, you were like actively in it with me up until that moment.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no.
So like, you may not be.
I'm still concentrating on spells. I'm
Yeah,
still.
exactly. It's a lot going on for you.
I'm gonna.
While we're waiting for Curtis, I want you guys to notice, if you guys are looking there on the table there at base camp over there, there's some very nice things that are sitting there that may be for sale if you come and see us at Comic-Con.
Just maybe.
Oh,
I didn't face it that way for any particular reason. Like 5 minutes ago.
We have some natural marketers in the group, so
No, definitely not.
That's an 18 for Patrice.
okay. So SOA, you're kind of lost in the sauce at this point. That's been like my favorite phrase recently. I like really
Lost in the
lost in the
sauce?
sauce.
That's good.
So you're seeing him, but you're not really seeing what's going on, right? So for Patrice and for Sid, even at a distance, Skjald, if you wouldn't mind describing what kind of emotions are being played across your face, because I have a feeling that Skjald is a very expressive person.
He is. He has zero poker face. Like, Skjald is notorious for having no poker face at all whatsoever. He fully believes he has a solid poker face.
In the same way he believes he doesn't do magic.
Correct. He is like, I am smooth as butter, and he is not. He wears every emotion on his sleeve. Yeah,
The skill.
that's
Yeah,
right.
right. You don't need to play poker. He'll just give you the money.
Yeah, I'll just give you money. I got money. So he's standing there, and he, if I recall correctly, he finished her off with her own knife, right?
Mm-hmm.
Almost positive, yeah. So he has no weapons in his hands at this point. His sword, his shadow blade has disappeared because the spell dropped. His packed blade has disappeared because even he doesn't know where it goes when he's not actively holding it or showing it off on his hip. So that's gone. He's standing there in his, kind of half plate leather, pirate meets Viking raider sort of attire. He's splattered with blood. There's blood on his face. And he's just looking down at this corpse, and he has like this flat expression, right? Like zero affect. All right. But his shoulders are still kind of hunched in that way when your hackles rise, like when there's danger around, or like when you're really pissed off, you know? So his shoulders are still sort of hunched that way. His hands are relaxed, but his arms are not. And you can see that he's like actively trying to relax his body, knowing that the tension of battle is over. And as he's staring at this body, his face starts to curdle. It becomes more and more and more furious until he's staring down at this body so hard that you expect it to burst into flames from how angrily he's looking at the body. And at the moment where you think he's going to start just lashing out on this corpse that's laying on the ground, his entire body softens. His shoulders relax, his arms hang by his side. He slumps just a little bit. His expression completely drops, and he lifts his eye patch and wipes a single tear away from that eye, and puts his eye patch back down, and bends down, pulls the dagger. No, I'm sorry, he doesn't pull the dagger. He bends down, he takes a locket from around her neck, and he takes her purse, and he goes to the edge of, I think she was on some kind of dais, wasn't she?
She was right there as
Like a stage of some kind.
Kind of. It was like a raised platform, right? You
Yeah.
right at the stairs.
Yeah. So he walks to the edge of that platform, sits down, and if it's possible to just hang his feet off the edge of the platform, he's sitting there with the backs of his knees against the edge of the platform with his feet dangling, and he dumps her purse out and starts counting the coins.
Sid, I need you to make an insight check for me, please.
Remember, you can re-roll.
Nat 20!
Yay!
Drink, motherfucker, drink.
Sorry, I shot that when I should have saved it to shoot it.
So it's so good. It's so good being back.
Insight. 20. Natural 20 for 20.
My friend.
So for you, Sid, you're and this is one of, like we talked about yesterday, where it's like this is my experience coming through Sid at this point. You've seen this happen before. You're watching this physical reaction, but it can go multiple ways, right? Where someone ends up having some sort of emotional tie to some sort of mission, and then you've seen it go so many ways, from someone is just okay to someone mutilates a body because they're of this post-traumatic stress, right? So as soon as you see the blank expression and the hinged up, you take off running, and you're about to tackle Skald because you're afraid about what's about to happen. And then as you're about 60, 65, 70 feet away, and eventually you watch as what Skald just described happens, and you watch him take a seat, and you kind of slow down.
Okay.
So at the same time, I need Patrice to also make an insight check for me, please.
Yeah, I'm
To your thought, Matt, we'll get to it.
Okay, I know I'm closest. I just want to know if I can notice that he's moved at this point.
Go ahead and roll another perception check, Matt.
It's better.
Am I rolling insight?
Yes.
Yeah.
24. Go, 25.
Curtis, what was your insight?
I'm adding up the
No,
last
it's
little bit
24,
here.
no, sorry.
12.
You're not exactly sure, but you're feeling very uncomfortable watching Skald. But you see Sid take off. So I leave the decision of what you're going to do to you. What would Patrice do?
Patrice is going to. I think he would have been casually approaching as he was watching Skald go through this tense moment to slow relaxation, and he's gauging where this person is, and he's concerned about his friend, and he's gonna go walk up, take a look at the corpse, turn around, sit down next to his friend, and hey, feels like a good time for a drink.
So
How
right
much-
there, Matt, SOA, you're starting to now see all this. You're seeing Jared's reaction, you're seeing Patrice's action, and then you watch as Skjald takes that seat and starts counting coins.
I would have just walked, I would just walk over and sit down next to Skjald.
Mhm.
Right? Like the fight's done. I'm gonna sit next to my friend. But I don't think SOA is like picking up on the like emotional implications of that at all because she's like a fucking child essentially. So yeah.
Valid. How much gold, silver, platinum, copper was in this purse?
So before we get to that, because we can, was that all you were going to take though? Was the locket and the purse? Were you going to look for anything else?
Not at this moment.
Perfect.
So this is all happening, and then you just hear like metal clinking in the background that starts throwing body parts from the other stuff around.
Skjald, I need you to roll a d10 because that's going to be the multiplier.
Got it.
It's like a saw noise coming. We're like, what?
2.
2.
Yep.
You're gonna like fire up a
So
chainsaw.
you get 92 gold pieces and 10 platinum pieces.
Skjald dumps this back into the purse. 10 platinum, 92 gold, and hands it to Patrice. He pops open the locket. Is the portrait of him and Delilah still inside the locket?
It actually is.
He
Completely
takes,
unassaulted. It is exactly
Yeah.
as you remember it.
he takes the portrait out and he puts it inside an inner pocket of his coat and he closes it and he hands it to SOA. And he goes, we should probably see if she has any like important information on her or something like that. I didn't think to look. Could one of you do that for me?
I'm sure. Yeah. That's actually not my forte. There's something else fun to do.
Well, at this point, Sid has also come up, and you kind of feel her like matronly presence. That it's a matronly presence that's also tinged with the threat of action because it's Sid.
Sure. Yeah.
Like you get hit,
Yeah.
like you get easy, like a mom
Like-
that would smack
I
you.
was gonna say Abuela with a sandal.
That's what I was thinking. I was in my head, but I'm not allowed to say that.
Abuela with a chocolate. Yeah.
In my house, it was a red spoon.
That's
That's
fair.
awesome.
That's fair. I had a shovel thrown at me once. We'll talk about that later.
That's fine.
By Abuela.
Speaking of,
My abuelita had it was a chancla.
Mm-hmm.
hey Skull,
Yeah.
are you calm body, calm mind? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm away.
Away or okay?
Yeah, same thing.
No, it's not. It's not. Skull, it's not the same thing.
I just really need somebody
Well,
to go see if Delilah
that-
had any
that's
important
fine.
documents or
That's
anything
fine.
on her.
I think
like,
Patrice or
Very, very uncomfortably, I put the locket on and I go because I'm like, this is jewelry. I guess I wear it, and I go to search the body, even though I'm never the person who searches the body.
Make an investigation check for me, please. Sid,
The really
I
fucked
know
up
you
thing is
got
that's
more.
exactly what Skeld wanted SOA did. He's like, she's my friend. It's a locket and it's pretty. She should have a pretty thing.
Sid, if you got more, go ahead.
Hey, not
15?
bad. Yeah.
So, wait,
Sid, do you have anything else?
Yeah, no.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no.
Is there
Patrice
proficiency bonus
Patrice
still
or our SOA
Yes.
will take
No,
care
no.
of searching the body.
Okay, good.
16.
Is your body okay? Is your like? Are you gonna do things you regret now?
Not anything new.
Investigation.
Just because it's not a new thing doesn't
I'm a
mean
little-
it's healthy.
I'm a little banged up. I'll
Oh,
admit that.
yeah,
I
that's
took
fine.
a few pretty good licks during that fight.
You also
um,
killed someone who betrayed you and
Yeah.
deserved what she got and had coming.
I did. Yes,
Which
that
you-
is the thing
You're not
that I
gonna
did.
mutilate a body or do
No.
things you'll have nightmares about later.
No, I'm not going to do
We're
anything.
good.
I'm not going to do anything crazy here.
So Sid will sit down, leaning on her warhammer next to Scald.
Okay, so SOA. You don't find much on her that you actually don't find anything except for one thing other than what Scald had already taken. You find a book. About this size.
Nice.
This is my journal for Matt's other game. Your guys's don't get big because I can't plan as much as I can.
We're the experimentation table.
You guys fuck up all my plans. So I can't.
Morgan tries to put us. Morgan tries to put us on a rail, and we're like, no. Like the other table, they'll at least like get on the rail for like a session or two, and then they fuck everything up.
We get distracted from our distractions.
He puts us on a rail, and we're like, but this train flies.
Yes. It's a flying train.
Just like our boat.
This is why I'm such a good DM is because
That's right.
fuckers.
Do you bring that book over to me?
I'm actually gonna can I ascertain, like, is there a title on the book? Does it just look like is it just totally unretained? Is it?
So you said it was a 16, right?
16, yeah.
So on your initial look at it, this is what you're seeing. It is a tattered leathered cover. It is been dyed leather that was purple that is faded to a near black. You see where there has been connections for something like this, except for instead of it hanging on the side like this elastic, it was a wrap. The paper itself is not parchment, it is vellum. So this seems to be significantly older than the typical kind of item it is. It has heft to it. Not just heft of weight, but also heft of significance. And you're not sure how you know that, but it feels it. It feels heavy as you lift it up and you walk it towards Skjald.
I'm gonna open the book up and see if I can ascertain what it is from the first few pages. Is it a language?
Go ahead and make an investigation check for me, please.
Should not be SOS. It's so much fun. Ooh, it's another 16.
That was a very adventurous dice roll right there.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It bounced a lot.
It's like rolling up onto
bounced
Jared's
a
dice
lot.
bag and then back down.
Because
there's-
working out.
Yep.
Not enough room for dice
No.
trays
No.
here.
As you're walking towards the ball, you're slowly starting to flip through it, and in a very beautiful, what language you got? Elvish, right?
Yeah.
So in a very beautiful Elvish script, you're reading the journal of Delilah, and as you read this starts. You come to realize very quickly, right before she met Skjald.
Oh.
She's describing her trip to. You met her in Folkwagner, right, Skjald?
I feel like I did.
That's the Viking city of Goliaths and the waterfalls and all that shit.
I actually think it would have been more of like a market city.
I mean, it is a market city, but it's
Okay. Then sure, let's go with it.
'cause
Yeah.
that's your essential hometown, right?
Oh, wouldn't have been my hometown.
Okay.
Would not have been. It would have been a place that Skjald. I think I put it in my backstory, but I don't remember because it's been a while since I wrote that. So we can retcon this to whatever city it actually was.
I mean, would it be in that same general areas like Tinkermere and Folkwagner and all that stuff? How do you feel about Japanese cities?
Yes, that makes a lot of sense. Yes,
All right, so
makes
That
a
was
lot of
fucking
sense.
cool,
Yeah.
know?
So this is what you read. You read the description of a wintry scene with the typical mountain village of Japan, walking into a city that is predominantly dragonborn with the occasional kinku. It is gorgeous and orderly, and there is a very distinct. I mean, it's so noticeable that she notes it in her journal. This caste system where these katana wielding warriors, and there's this lighthouse in the middle of the city where magic seems to be taking place. And then she talks about how she meets this human-esque figure who is stunning yet at the same time arrogant and just kind of horrible and lovely. And she describes how it is, and that's right there. As you're reading those, you look down at Skald and you're like, this is the guy that she's writing about. Do you continue reading?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I do.
D100.
D100.
Ooh. Sorry, Curtis moved all my stuff.
He's making excuses. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. It's my fault.
We're good at that.
Making.
That's
10.
That's a 10.
Yeah,
It's a 0 and a 10.
it's a 10.
0 and a 10?
Yeah. Well, no, it's a 10. It's a 10
Oh, it's
on
a
the,
10 and a 10.
It's a
Yeah.
10 and a
10.
10 and a 10.
It's a 20.
20.
So that's a 20.
20. Is that 20?
I think so.
Okay.
I think yes.
Damn it.
Orban system, yes.
Yeah.
This is
Well,
the
actually, officially, if you look at the source books, all of them go 1 to 100. So a 0 plus 10 would be 10.
I
Right,
just
so we
get
got
confused.
yeah. So it's 20 then. We're correct.
Yeah, it's a 20.
0. 1 0 on the
Yep, so
D100.
that's 20.
Okay.
So you kind of randomly flip to the next section, not a ton, but what you start reading is you read that there is. It's kind of a scene of domesticity, right, where she has settled into this place and she's beginning to resent Skjald. And it's actually, as you read it, go ahead and make a quick insight check for me too.
Why is resentment funny to me?
Ooh, that's
I don't know. Maybe because both of us have had. I'm not going to go there.
recorded on the internet.
Yep.
I love the like.
Recorded
Nope,
on
this
the
is not gonna last
internet.
forever.
This is not on air. The internet is forever, you know.
SOA rolled a 21 on the first.
Good
So,
time.
you read this description of what is actually, as someone who came from a family like that was fairly normal, and besides anything is, you're like, wait a minute, this is the thing, this is like the goal for a lot of people, but you feel the resentment as she writes it. You feel her resentment for Skjald's adoration of her, right? And you begin to see the kernel of a plan in her writings, her initial writings. And then you flip through a little bit further. Now, this is after she talks about being free, after her placing the blade between the scapulas of Skjald's back. And you start to flip through and you read some adventures and some time away. And then all of a sudden you keep flipping and flipping and flipping. And all of a sudden you see something that doesn't quite make sense. You see a drawing. That drawing has kind of like almost like a description to it. And it says question mark, astral sea, question mark, raven something, question mark. The drawing itself looks like a big circle with arcane symbols on the outside. And in the middle, what you are seeing is almost, not quite, but it's almost Tinkermerian in origin, yet more sophisticated. Flowing lines of glass and steel floating above some sort of like water or something. You keep flipping. The next thing you see is a description of her going to this place, of clean white lines, of antiseptic buildings with nothing in between, locked doors with crazed people banging, 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 banging.
Ooh. Oh.
Automated security. You flip, you find her having found this pocket dimension and this access to it, where she has now established herself in this place with these automated guards of hers. And then you kind of flip, and you get to you realize that you're really close to the end. She's only been here for maybe about 6 or 7 months, which is almost a full year, because it's 8 months for a year in the birth. And you've stopped at this point, right? You're about maybe a stride and a half away from Skjald. And roll an insight check for me, please.
I took that now.
Bounce off the bag.
I know. It's a 14.
Your empathy is just hits you, like the feel of, and also seeing it from the other side. This woman who is totally heartless, right? Who was essentially thrown away something that so many people in this world strive for. And then her being able to be successful and find this thing. And like, you just look down at Skjald and you feel it. You feel it. And that's where we're going to take our first break.
Nice.
So stick around, y'all. We'll get back to him. We'll figure out what's going to happen next with the journal, with Skjald, with Elle and Sark investigating all the other things. So stick around, and we'll be right back in just a few moments. Welcome back, everyone, to Campaigns and Concoctions, where we have decided that everyone has a little bit of hoarding tendencies within them. So, with that being said, everybody, what are we drinking?
I'm bringing back an old Campaigns and Concoctions Nomad Barkeep original. I believe we named this the Nautical because it's an aviation, but it's not.
No, that was a paper plane. Never mind. Yeah, I think the
Yeah. So this is an 1.5 ounces of Roku gin, 3/4 ounce of creme de cacao, 3/4 ounce of Cointreau, 3/4 ounce orange juice. Shake the shit out of it. Single strain because you want this bitch bruised because it's got a lot of chocolate. And then I finally have a chocolate covered orange slice to garnish it with. That's the whole reason I brought orange juice with me tonight, was so that I could use this fucking chocolate-covered orange slice for the garnish. Because it is pretty fucking tasty. It's a very good dessert drink.
Yes.
This is a...
But it's not sweet.
No, it's not super sweet.
It's not super sweet.
Because the only real sweeteners are the creme de cacao and the Cointreau.
And the orange juice.
Yeah, I guess the orange juice, but that I would consider that the citrus component.
Yes.
Not a sweetener. But yeah, I mean... You have a good salty meal and have this as a cocktail afterwards, it's going to do you right. That's for sure.
Let's do Nate's drink next. It looks delicious. I tried it. It is delicious.
It is delicious. It's fucking delightful is what it is. Yeah. You want to try it. Yes.
It's really pretty.
Correct.
It's got this beautiful kind of like off yellow, greenish yellow color.
What is that color?
It's weird.
Yellow.
It's what they were going for.
That's right.
That, like Applebee's $1 margarita commercial,
It
but they
is
couldn't get it right.
1 ounce of Kaluna Hui Hui. It's a Hawaiian white rum, blended white rum. 1 ounce of Joe's limoncello, half an ounce of our yellow chartreuse alternative that I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the name.
We don't give a.
Let me see.
Yeah, this bottle right here.
Keep talking.
Quarter of an ounce
I'm
of lemon
attempting to
juice
read.
and 1 dash of umami bitters. I think it might be a little better to do a little bit more of the white rum because it has some peppery notes in it, and 2 dashes of the umami bitters. But
Yeah, no, it's
it is another dessert drink, but it is
I would drink that all day, every day.
sweet
Yeah.
lemon.
Yeah.
All right,
Very
I
nice.
made a beverage called the Desert Showdown, and it was a collaborative effort. Just now, I came up with the idea of doing a drink that had equal parts Sotol, mezcal, and tequila. So it's got 3/4 of an ounce of Corlejo Reposado tequila, 3/4 of an ounce of Desert Door Sotol. It's got 3/4 of an ounce of illegal Reposado mezcal, and it's got a half ounce of Suze and a half ounce of the Ancho Reyes chili liqueur, and it's got 2 dashes of mole bitters, and it's garnished with a Luxardo cherry, and it is weird and yummy.
Yeah, it's better than it should be.
Yeah, it doesn't belong being that
And
good.
I'm the asshole who yelled at Curtis who was like, you should put Susan there.
And I said, you're a crazy fuck, but I'm going to do that.
Good.
And it's
That's good.
and he was the one, yeah. And so that's a collaborative effort of
Yeah.
3 individuals, which for 3 reposados, which is why I wanted to call it 3 reposados. But
Gotcha.
yeah, no, it's so weird.
Weird and good.
Three Amigos was right there, but it's derivative. So
Yeah,
we didn't go that
the
route.
Desert Showdown.
I believe there's another drink on the table.
Yes, so I made a Burger Club because that's been kind of my drink of the summer. Morgan introduced it to me. Because I was like, I have everything for a margarita and gin in my house, and Morgan's like, make a Burger Club if you don't want to make a margarita, and I did. So yeah, so it is I think I got the okay. So it's 2 parts gin. I used Roku in this case.
Yes.
1 part orange liqueur. We use Cointreau in this case, and then an ounce of lime juice. And then it's supposed to be a dash of orange bitters and a dash of Angostura bitters. And the Angostura bitters came out like way hot, which I think is what's giving that pinkish.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's
The
normally
pretty
not,
color.
it's really not that. It's really not that pink. Also, you can just do it with the orange bitters; it's just as freaking good.
But
So,
you know what? I think the Ango really hits. Just a single dash, or 2 dashes at most.
it just
I think the Ango hits.
yeah, it ended up being a little bit more like 2 dashes because
We need to get those Japanese dashers so that we can be a little
Fuck
bit
yeah.
more
Precise.
conservative and precise. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
better
that's one of
than
the things
one
I love
made,
about the
but
Bittermans
it's still
is
not my
the-
drink.
the
Yeah,
eye
that's
drop,
fair.
right? Because
Yeah.
I feel like I know I have better control than being like, is it going to come out this time? Oh fuck!
Right.
So I said this on the break, but hot take.
Yeah.
I like a Pegu Club better than a margarita.
That's not that hot of a take, dude.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Here's the reason. See, for us as booze nerds, yes, it's not that hot of a take. But if you are just being introduced into cocktails and all you've experienced is a delicious margarita,
Mm-hmm.
controversial, right? Controversial.
Agreed. You're right. But you're wrong because you're correct.
Correct.
I'm going to shout out probably, and I know at least Matt and I's, but probably one of our favorite breweries, Melvin IPAs.
Yeah.
Melvin
Melvin.
makes good shit.
Good shit. Go. They're not necessarily local to us, but they're local-ish.
Well, we ain't nothing to fuck with.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. Plus,
They're
they're all about
my own
because Wu-Tang's for the kids.
Children.
I mean, if you're not going to drink local, like drink at least
Melvin's
your part
up
of the
the front.
country.
At least drink good,
Yeah.
right? So yeah,
The owners and founders of Melvin are obsessed with Wu-Tang Clan. So anytime I see the guy who started it, I'm like, Melvin is for the children. And he's like, you get me.
Because he lives here now.
He does.
Yeah.
all right. So as all of this has been happening with SOA and Sid and Patrice and Skjald, Belle, you were doing something with a wand of something.
Sequence.
Yeah, El's goal is basically to clean up because he knows Skjald's not going to be in a condition to help clean up the loot like he normally would.
Hold on. The best part about doing this is that I have access to the internet.
Oh, that's pretty nifty.
It's pretty nice. I remember when we first started, I never used anything. So actually, as you peruse the whole of the building and everything, you don't find anything spectacular. Like there's no traps, there's no secret doors. This appears to be exactly what it is, which seems to be some sort of audience chamber for whoever the person is that is coming out to speak. Because as you look around, like the thing is that like it's pews, it's columns, that's it. There's you are unable to find any secret doors.
In that case, he's gonna go through. He's gonna search Delilah next because I don't think he knows anybody has yet.
It's valid.
I'm not even gonna make you roll. You're not gonna find anything. Everything that can be found has been found. Actually, I take that back. I think there's like 2 or 3 other daggers.
There you go. And
One of them sticking out of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say one of them buried in her
very
chest.
prominently
disintegrate
in
or
her
something?
ribcage.
No,
No, that one didn't.
no, the one in my hand, my shadow blade in my hand disintegrated. But I killed her with her own dagger that she stabbed me with.
Anything else, El?
If he can't find anything there, he's gonna go over to where Zark is taking stuff apart and start digging through something with him.
Okay. Sark. As you get to the closest of these massive automatons, I need you first to make a perception check.
$27.
Nice.
I'm very glad that you have high numbers for this kind of stuff because this is about to be very fun for me.
Right.
You take a peek at this thing, and you feel an emotion that you don't feel very often, a sense of discomfort as you look down and you see almost a mirror image of yourself about 1.5 times size. Right. However, there are subtle differences that you are able to see as you look up, right? So what you're seeing is that because you're a fairly subjective creature, there is a level of sophistication within these things that you are somewhat lacking. However, you also notice that there's a little bit more age on these things than to what you have.
You're fucking old.
Go ahead and make an investigation check because of what you texted me. I'd like you to make an investigation check. Best part about being a DM in the modern world is that people can text you.
No, that's a 9 total. Yeah, so 4 plus 5.
You think that the armor can fit you, like, so you start kind of pulling off the exterior chest plate and back plate of the armor, and you kind of hang it on yourself. And then as you're hanging it on, you're kind of walking around. It's the total opposite of fat man in a little coat.
That's exactly what I was going for, though. It's like pretty sure I can climb in this. Like, thunk, 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 thunk.
You're like a little kid. So this is what I think of it. It's you are the son of an operator, and you're like a 9-year-old, and you're putting on his armor. That's what you're doing right now.
Yeah, armor, gauntlets, boots, and then just kind of look at the head and don't try and put that on.
You're kind of doing the
Ka-tink, ka-tink, ka-tink. This is awkward. Ka-tink, ka-tink, ka-tink. I don't think I've been awkward in something like this before. This is interesting.
So after you fuck around with that for a little bit, what else are you going to be doing?
He would probably stop, and then when L comes over, like, work with L on the other one that he didn't already disassemble.
Okay. Anything specific you're looking at, or are you just kind of doing a general investigation about?
Just like it's. I would share like it seems older than me, might be at least as sophisticated, if not more. So your minutia or aspect for looking at the small is better than mine.
Correct.
I left one for you to play with. The other one's dress up for me.
If Sark was still wearing the like oversized armor
He might
when
be.
Bell came up, I was gonna try to push it and see if it rings like a bell.
Make a performance check for me.
Hell yes. Best roll ever.
After he does it the first time, I would totally T-post for let him into trying to do it again.
Right.
That's a 9.
We need to come up with a magical item, Morgan, that is specifically meant for moments like this, where you can like give advantage on dumb shit. I don't know, just like
I think it's called Bardic Inspiration.
No, I don't want it because I want you to fail because the failing is funnier.
It objectively is.
Yeah.
So you pull out like a little small like hammer that you keep in all of your kits, right, L, and you hit it right. You hit L in the excessive armor right in the center, and you don't know what you were thinking because as you hit it and you look at it, it's wood, right? And you hit it and you go, and it just kind of hear a little slight crack, and you see a little crack form in the center, and you're like, I don't know why I thought this was gonna ring. So
I was gonna pull out a little notebook, make a note, put it back. That way it's science.
If you write it down after you observe it, it's science.
Otherwise, you're just fucking around.
That's right. You
there's
gotta
nothing
record
wrong
it.
with fucking around.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
not science.
It's not science. But if you record it, that's science.
Yeah.
Science.
all right, so what are you doing next, L?
I'm just gonna keep going through everything in the room, searching, even though he's pretty sure he's not gonna find anything.
You're not going to look at the robot, the second robot?
Oh yeah, no, he's definitely gonna go dig into that.
Is there anything specific that you would like to look for, or is this going to be just kind of a general look?
It's he's going basically full autopsy on it. He wants all of the information he can gather about it.
Okay. I think here. I got to think of the right role for this.
On like how dangerous it could be, like how fast he thinks it could move, attacks it might have, that kind of thing.
I feel like as soon as Elle would go over to do it, Sark would just start rolling out toolkits and just play like assistant operating, like.
I believe so. This is going to be an investigation check, and I believe you get advantage because this is of an arcane origin.
Yeah. You said investigation, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's 22.
So you start diving in, and you are finding initially a lot of things that are very similar to when you put Sark together. However, when you start getting to connections and to the actual inner workings of the machine itself, this is where things are both simpler and more sophisticated. It seems that the connections of joints, while not as complex as the ones when you put together Sark, seem to carry more information, right? There seems to be more information that's carried in the senses, the traditional 5 senses in the joints. So the feeling of touch and pressure and those kinds of things seem to be able to be communicated through the connections a little bit better. And then as you kind of are pulling apart, like for those of you who are kind of sitting there with Skjald, you watch as, because this is right kind of at maybe 15 feet from where you guys are, you're like watching, like I imagine this is what the church thought Da Vinci did, right? When he's like reaching in like elbow deep in the chest cavity of this massive creature, and he's just kind of pulling apart, and you hear the kind of these snaps as things, it's like pop, 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 right? So it's like as he's getting in, and you notice that instead of having a very complex center bit to operate the like what would be the components of the heart, the lung, all those things that Sark had, these are very much smaller, and they seem to provide even more, like you can kind of get the sense as you've seen everything, despite the fact that everything is smaller, they seem to be much more powerful than anything Sark has within them. But just because of you being you definitely know that these are significantly older than Sark is.
In that case, whatever he can get intact, in terms of like, if he disassembled the joint on the left arm, he's going to take the right arm and throw it in the bag of holding. Anything he can get that could reasonably be used either to look at further or as spares for Sark.
Roll an insight check for me, please.
Robotics insight.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 19.
Yeah.
Kind of like it.
So you realize that as you're pulling everything apart, that this stuff is not going to be compatible with Sark. You'll be able to pull some of it apart, but everything is so integrated that unless you were able to take an entirety of the machine back with you to one of your labs, you'll only get limited knowledge of it. Right, so like you're more than welcome to take them. Like you'll be able to, like you have the skill to be able to take it apart without causing much damage. But you do understand that because of the sophistication level of this thing itself, that any research conducted on parts of it will be inadequate without the rest of the whole. And it's mostly because this is outside any of your actual knowledge. Like everything that you have gained about this stuff has been about Sark. And as you've constantly realized throughout this journey, there is a lot more than just Sark.
Yeah. So he's going to take the equivalent of a full one, even if he has to part out pieces from the others to throw in the bag of holding. And
remember, the bag of holding is a limited space. Like it's not unlimited.
There is not
Also,
a ton of stuff in
like,
it currently, though.
Yes, like the bag of holding, you have to fit it through the opening, right? Is that a limitation on those things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to fit whatever he can in it.
Okay.
He's not going to be able to take like the chest piece, but he can take the organs.
So I would say, go ahead and roll a D100 for me, please.
That is, 66.
So you're able to get 2 legs, the right arm, the head, and the equivalent of the heart, and kind of like a stomach.
Cool. He's just going to throw him in, deal with them later. Next time we're at the tower or Haven, he's going to drop them in one of his shops.
Okay.
Any leftover pieces, after realizing the chest armor was wooden, I'm going to make like a Swedish fire pyre and set the rest of it on fire.
Are you going to combine both of them or just the one?
Leftover pieces after he gets done, so both of them.
Okay. So as that last of that conversation, so SOA is kind of his closed the book, closed the journal. The conversations have been had. You watch as all of this is happening, and Sark lights it on fire. So this is a fairly large space, probably about 20-foot ceilings. The smoke begins to kind of curl up atop, but you also realize, you look up, there's actually a hole. Like it seems like smoke is a fairly common thing here in the within this space. I need everyone to roll a perception check for me, please.
Do passive count?
Nope.
Okay.
Ooh, wow.
Drink, motherfucker, drink, motherfucker, drink.
Motherfucker drinks.
Oh, nice.
Let me borrow something. That was a
Last
pretty
of the
noise.
bramble.
Yeah.
That is not pretty noise. No.
So I think that total is 25. 25.
Okay.
I got a 26 and I rolled a 17.
Yeah. I think I might need to be.
10?
Mine might be a 26. I need to double check that.
Don't need it.
I thought it was
Shit,
bitters.
correct.
Okay, so I got a 26 and a 25.
12.
12.
14.
Okay.
Patrice got a 3.
Okay.
It was perception?
Yeah.
That's what I was afraid of. I got a 5.
Ah!
More observed than Patrice.
As you're kind of shivering, I mean,
Right now.
everyone's going to notice a bit of this, but it's levels, right?
Right.
So Patrice and Elle, all you notice is that there is a tremor that kind of shakes the island. So everyone notices this. For the 12 and the 14, you notice that, and I believe that's Skjald and Sid,
Correct.
that there feels to be, it feels like even though it's a tremor, you feel it almost as a wave that seems to come from the center of the island and the center of the house.
Well, shit.
For Sark and SOA, right before the tremor, you guys hear a very distinct crack, like something is snapping and breaking, but it's not a wood snap. And then you feel this kind of overpressure, this tremor. You feel it first in the ground or first through the air. It's kind of like this overpressure kind of pushes you towards the sea, away from the center, and then you feel it in the ground as it rattles.
Skeld turns to SOA and says, Maelstrom, tsunami?
We need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, we need to go.
Oh, it's about you, by the way. I hate
Oh.
the book.
Awesome. I stick it in a giant pocket inside of my coat.
Let's have a drink later and talk, okay?
Yeah,
Scott?
we'll have a drink in a few moments and we get the fuck off this island. I think
You
there's
ready
a
to rock?
tsunami coming. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
I
go,
don't know what a
boys.
tsunami in a pocket dimension looks like, so we should probably get the fuck out of here.
It's like, let's roll!
Right.
Is the hole in the ceiling big enough for us to fly out of?
No, it's just like a smoke.
Okay. Then let's I start booking it towards the front door.
Okay, as everyone exits the front door, what's everyone's passives again?
I have a 19.
Okay.
It's, what's
Perception?
passive again?
10 plus your skill.
Just 10 plus skill.
11.
Yeah.
For
15.
Patrice.
15.
Sis is 18.
Al's got 11 too.
18.
That was like 8 plus.
It was a
10
choice
plus
to have low perception.
easy.
Matt, I didn't hear yours.
15.
15 and Skeld also 15.
So everyone but Patrice and Elle, as you look out, you kind of like Patrice and Elle just kind of keep going, but the four others of you kind of skid to a stop, and you look around. Skies are clear. There does not appear to be any indication of the sea, any changes. And for those of you who are seafaring, like there are you will distinctly notice when tsunami's coming. The
Yeah.
wall pulls away. None of
Right.
that. Everything seems serene.
Not a tsunami?
No. No, it's not the fucking weather.
If it's not.
We're in a weird fucking place.
Either
Something
the
about that
island's
just
cracking or the dimension's cracking.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
I cast.
I'm already so over this entire island, you have no idea. I'm ready to go.
Patrice has both hands sweep around his head in a circular motion, and then with his left hand he pulls a caterpillar from his component pouch and pulls it across his lips and makes a kissy face, and then he points with his hands like blades at Sark and at Skjald and turns them into robotic giant eagles. But yours is raven like black with like a sheen of purple,
Yeah,
and there's no tentacles. I'm sorry, you're
that's
still,
okay.
you're
It's
still
fine.
an
It's
eagle.
fine. Yeah.
And
totally
then
fine.
it's time to bug out.
In this
You're
form,
metallic, though, and wood, with metal, with wooden feathers.
in this form, can I speak common?
No.
Awesome. You hear ah, 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 which is eagle for holy shit. I'm a giant metal eagle.
He's metal. You're
So
not.
he understands it.
I definitely do like the bird twitch.
Yeah.
So,
And I look at you and I go, ah, which means, and so are you.
So I walk over towards Skjaldbird and try to climb on his back if he lets me.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And then let's go.
I'm following Patrice, and I'm very uncomfortable.
Are you gonna ride in the back? Or are you gonna ride in the front of me?
Oof.
Right? Like that's the
Both
tough
sound
question.
terrible.
Both sound bad.
Do I give him the ass or the crotch?
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Tyler Durden's
When you're you
Yeah,
go
let's-
back to back with the boys.
Go back to back.
Here we go. Here we go.
Okay.
We're rolling for ass or crotch.
Even, I'm in front of Patrice.
It counts.
That works.
It counts.
Even. Yeah.
Damn it.
With Patrice's strong, long, spindly arms wrapped around your waist.
Yes.
Are there other buildings on this island from where we went? The one we went in.
I think they've all.
They're just some small outbuildings. Nothing like there's a boathouse like at the dock, but it all seems to be one large like house.
Didn't we have the Shirlene like fucking fusillade every standing building? So they're pretty much all destroyed anyways, right?
Yeah.
Anything except for the main building. Also, can I get everyone to make a quick perception check?
You got to use eagle perception,
As-
which is good.
As Sid is
I hope
like
so.
grabbing onto one of the
That's fine.
eagles in her
18.
experience, can I
Oh no.
Good
or
couple
bad?
of-
Yeah, that's what I thought.
She has a couple passages. What do we roll?
I rolled a nat one.
Perception. Jared's trying to talk, guys.
No, that's fine. Instead of perception, can I have a couple curiosities I feel like would be applicable. Can I see if there? I specifically interested if there's anything magical happening, or anything like I would have experienced in nature being out in the wild.
I'm going to say no on both of those just because this is just the nature of what it is, just perception in this case.
So you get a +2, but you roll
better
all
for-
perception
it's
checks
better
with
for me.
advantage.
Oh,
Okay.
I did that Malort sprints for nothing.
You rolled a 1 and a 2. You are a champ, my friend.
I am distracted. I'm like, I got wings.
yeah,
I got wings.
Shockingly,
That
so
is so canon for.
so
I got
I
wings.
love it. I love it.
Sark is doing that, and Skeld is like, "Oh wait, I should pay attention," and gets a dirty 20 on the second roll.
Math is hard right now.
18.
Okay.
Treese got an 8.
And 4.
I got a dirty 20.
Sid is
First
at a
time he's paying
22.
attention to anything.
Uh-huh.
So I think that's everyone but Patrice and Sark. As
Yeah.
you guys are looking around, you notice that the building itself has now the beautiful, perfect facade that had been there has now disappeared. And what you're seeing is now an old building that has been covered with vines that have crept up, and it's decrepit and derelict, and it's something has after that snap and the wave, something has changed. Where now, for those of you who are over 20,
20 and over or over?
20 and over,
Okay, cool.
you think that there's something connected with that physical thing and the now physical representation of the building. Rails.
I think we broke something.
Skeld goes, ah!
Sid, do you see the Shirlene?
Do I see the Shirley?
Can I see if I see the Shirlene?
I'm not even gonna have you guys roll. It's kind of so as you come out, it's sitting there, like kind of floating and making tracks where it can be seen out the door.
How far away is the Shirley at this
Not very
point?
far. Maybe 500 feet.
Over there.
Are Ellen
It's 300.
are Ellen Sid on
It's
Sark's back
205.
yet?
Is it really?
Yes.
L's not.
Not L, but Patrice and SOA are on your back.
On Skald's back what are Sid and L doing?
What are they doing?
L is going to cast Shatter on the wall of the temple that we were at.
Shit.
Go ahead.
I mean, Skeld was going to do something, but as soon as L starts casting, Skeld is like, okay, let's see what this does.
This might prank Sark.
This-
I'm like, I got feathers.
Yeah, this kid's smarter than I am most of the time. Yeah, exactly.
If it has one, it has disadvantage on the Constitution saving throw. Otherwise, it just straight up takes the damage.
Oh, it okay.
And
Okay.
the damage
It's a
is
building,
double.
so just straight up takes damage.
And the-
Nothing happens.
Yeah, because it's got a protective barrier, which we learned when
Oh,
Sark
right.
This
tried
is
to
science.
bash through.
Right.
Yeah,
Tried to ballistic missile himself into
Yeah.
a wall.
That was so
But
much fun.
it
when
might
we
have
turned you
dropped.
into a
It's
walking
worth
Yeah,
trying.
no, it's
You know,
science.
it's worth trying, but
So
no,
it's-
nothing
it's-
happens.
what does it look like when L does his big shatter?
So anything that has grown over it and everything is pressed away, destroyed, and it's weird as the what you saw when you first came in is revealed underneath everything, the dirt and the vines and all of that stuff. It seems that as the building gets older, it takes on an affectation of age.
Interesting. Skeld grabs
No, I don't.
Sid
Hang on,
and
hang
L
on.
in his talons and starts to fly away and waits and caws down at Sark to see if Sark starts following.
Where
Hang
are
on, wait,
Patrice's
DM,
hands?
DM, hang on. You have a
Patrice's
request
hands-
from Curtis and Jared to dumb that down because we missed what you
The
said.
affect of the building as it ages.
It
the
makes
affect of
itself
age?
look like it's aging, but it isn't actually aging.
What the?
Affectation. Yeah.
Affectation.
fucking words.
Skeld is flying
I know
away
words.
from the ground. He
L
has
is going
L
to
in one
resist
talon.
the pickup.
Okay. What's my strength as a giant metal eagle?
I had this just up. Hold on. But to answer your question, Patrice has both hands over your belly button, like this.
Okay.
So
Okay.
uncomfy.
So here, let me-
Not interlocked.
not interlocked. He has it like this. He's trying to be respectful.
Uh-huh.
He's trying to be
Right?
respectful.
Like I'm like, how much does that someone want out of this situation? And is she within 500 feet of the shoreline? I don't think we're quite there yet. Yeah.
Not yet.
Eagle strength is +3.
Oh my god.
All right. You can definitely beat that. You did. Oh wait, so 13. What's your modifier?
For strength?
Yeah.
He's a stout motherfucker.
Yeah.
So.
2.
So you have a
15.
and I have a plus what?
3.
Yeah, you beat me. So I leave L on the ground and fly away with Sid. Does Sid resist?
No, we're on your back.
Yeah, Sid.
Okay.
I'm grabbing them and
He's
flying away.
grasping.
Who's
The
back
island
line?
is breaking in two in the
Yes.
middle of a pocket dimension. I want the fuck out of here. You guys are on my back.
No,
These
I'm
two
not
are standing
resisting.
on the ground.
No, I'm not.
I
resisting.
tried to pick the two of them up.
Great.
L decided to stay. I'm flying away with the other three, and I'm like, ah, 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 which is like, L, let's go. Sark, do something.
It's not breaking yet that we can see. It just shivered and now it looks old.
I waddle over next to Al and just kind of like crouch so he can get on if he needs to, and then I'm just like looking at like the building. I'm like,
Well, I just start circling above the building. Like, wait, I'm not like flying straight for the Shirlene. I'm like circling above.
Yeah, I was going to stay on the ground until either somebody manages to force him to leave or
Oh my
something
God.
happens.
Damn it.
What are you guys doing? What are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm gonna nudge him and like shrug to kind of try and just to be like, better view up top.
Oh, this is fucking bad. Let's go.
We don't know it's bad.
My experience is saying this is bad. Let's go.
I'm tapping on you and I'm like, Shirlene. Shirlene.
No.
I'm like, ah, which means I don't want to leave them behind. Tell them to get the fuck in the air, and let's get back to the Shirlene. But you can't understand that.
I'm gonna nudge you one more time. Just be like, thunk.
I'll explain to Sark what he's doing.
I'm assuming you cast polymorph, right?
I did.
I don't have the spell up, so do they understand common?
Oh, what?
The target assumes the hit points of the new form. When it reverts to the normal form, the creature returns to normal hit points.
Do they keep their mental stats?
Beast. Target's
Usually.
game statistics replacing the statistics. Its alignment. Meld to the form. Creatures can't activate, use, wield, or benefit from its equipment. They can't. Okay, the creature is limited in its actions it can perform by nature of its new form. It can't speak, cast spells, or take any other action that requires hands or speech.
So is the mechanic bit a flavor bit?
I think it doesn't say anything about it doesn't understand common.
No. My question is are you using the stat block of Giant Eagle?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, it understands common. So
Okay.
the languages that a Giant Eagle speaks is Giant Eagle. It understands common and Orin, but it cannot speak them.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Okay.
shit. Yeah, it does. Well done.
There we go.
Internet for the win.
DMing right
The
there.
DM.
The internet is good for things other than porn.
Sounds fake.
Yeah.
Fake news.
I like to see titties, and that's the only way I can.
I have Avenue Q playing in my head currently.
Me as well.
Yeah.
Introduced.
So Ellen Sark, what are you doing?
It's the adult version of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you grab it?
I was like, I can try, but
Wait, yeah. Who did you question out with this?
Yeah,
Sark,
I was gonna keep hanging out until either something happens or it's been like 20, 30 minutes since the last time something has happened.
And
I
then
was like, pretend Shark's gonna try and grab him and fly. He
contested
knows
strength.
L well enough to be like,
Yeah.
Strength checks? Okay.
Contested, yep. Just like happened earlier.
Plus there.
Yeah.
+3. It's a very good roll.
Oh.
19.
Yeah.
I was going with Sark.
Yay! I definitely like lift, buff it, and both go thunk, and then I take off.
So as
Well enough.
everyone's spiraling up, Elle, I need you to make a perception check as you're looking down at the island.
So you just need to get a higher view.
That's an 11.
You don't see any change. Other than the outside view of the building, nothing else has changed.
In that case, while he's flying, he's gonna yell to Sark, "See, nothing's happening. It's fine."
Scald beelines it for the Shirlene.
Sark, what are you doing?
This.
Yeah. It goes like this. And to the Shirlene.
No, I won't actually do that. I'll follow. Like, I'll do like one more loop, and then I'm gonna try and like dive closer, and on the upswing be at the Shirley.
Okay. So as everyone lands on the Shirlene, that's where we're going to take our next break. And
Yay.
we'll pick up here in just a few moments with the conversation that should be fairly interesting. So stick tuned, everyone. Welcome back, everyone, to Campaigns and Concoctions, where work sucks.
Yes.
fruit.
Hashtag fuck being labor.
Rip.
Hashtag, you left me roses by the stairs.
Nathan, I will miss you.
I
Hashtag
know she
solidarity. Hashtag if labor just killed all
God,
the
John,
fucking
listen to
owners.
Blink 182 songs. My
Yeah.
God.
All right, everyone, what are you drinking?
I made a beverage called a cube and a coupe.
Shit.
And cube and a coupe is 1 ounce of Jamaican rum, 1 ounce of overproof bourbon, 3/4 of an ounce of velvet falernum, 1 ounce of lime juice, and then 1 ounce of honey ginger syrup. So I did a simple syrup where it was half honey, half water, and then I shredded the shit out of some ginger on top of it into the syrup. I let it chill for a while, hang out, mingle, strained it the next day, and then you add 2 dashes of tiki bitters. You shake the hell out of it, and then you dump it into a coupe, and then you put a large cube in the coupe, which is what makes it a cube in a coupe.
I like that.
It's dumb. I love it.
I have a macerating juicer that I just need to fix. I need to build a screen for it, and then we can juice ginger and other root plants to make actual ginger syrup.
You ain't scaring me. none.
Macerating's a really fun word.
It is. It's
Yeah.
really
It's very similar to masturbating, which I think why I like it.
yeah. Well, because they're
Or
both
masturbating.
Don't mix those two
and
things
masturbating
up.
are all
Yeah,
fun
if
things.
you're supposed to be masturbating, don't be masticating
Right.
Or macerating.
Or macerating. Yeah.
don't be masturbating.
Masturbating and masturbating.
Or-
Not keep shit on this podcast.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Like when you're like
What are we drinking?
All right.
What are we drinking?
and
Okay,
Jared, go.
John, I'm trying to get you home.
let's
Stop
go. Let's
it.
get out of here. Let's get out of
Okay.
here. Drink, motherfucker. Drink, motherfucker.
We
Drink.
didn't roll it. Wait, was that my actually?
No, it's just for general
Okay.
funsies.
So, this has also been in Discord. We haven't played for a month and a half, so Jared
General
sharing
funsies.
his best drinks. This is the Rum Plum Mule.
It's tasty.
1 ounce lime juice, 2 ounces ish
It's very good.
plum, and 6 to 8 mint leaves muddled together.
Oh, yeah.
You add crushed ice, 1.5 ounces white rum, 0.5 ounces dark rum overproof. I used Hamilton 151 originally. This was
Lemon Heart 151.
no, I didn't. I should have.
OFTE
This was OFTD,
from Plantation.
correct. And then 3-4 ounces ginger beer. I don't know if I made 4 ounces or 3 ounces in there or not because there's a lot of ice.
No one does.
But that's
no
okay.
one does. You're supposed
No.
to top
Top
it
with ginger beer to your flavor
I
preference.
topped it. It's delicious. It's not tastes accurate to what I made at home. It's delicious. Try it, please. These
Good
plums
food
are
mule.
sour, so get like unripe plums to use.
Or
Maybe
just
closer.
adjust like
Yeah.
like a bartender.
So
This is really good.
it's really
It's
good.
very tasty.
Any other drinks?
And pretty.
No, I think John put Nika in a glass for himself.
Well, I would say
Nika coffee still, whiskey.
You have to drive home.
my first drink of the night was a 3-part cocktail. It was Penelope bourbon, ice, and air. So
There you go.
3 parts cocktails.
Yep.
Best ones.
I told
All
you
right.
about that cocktail this week.
Oh, it's so good.
So at this point, everyone has now landed on the Shirlene, the foredeck of the Shirlene. How long does
An hour.
Unless you drop concentration.
I will drop concentration once everybody's on the deck. After I give Skull the opportunity to
Is there anything else you want to say as a bird?
as a bird. Do you have any bird ideas? Nope.
No,
Okay.
not really.
So we're just gonna drop concentration.
Start to like fly around and just thud. Oh well.
what are you guys doing?
Buck, what's that noise?
I don't fucking know, but let's look over the side of the ship and see what we see.
I'm not entirely sure it was a noise anymore. Does it feel like comparable to the resonance that I can get?
Yes and no. So it's not like the resonance in the fact that it doesn't seem to be connected to anything like any kind of other creatures or anything, but it's in that same vein of kind of like this weird otherworldly arcane thing that is tangentially connected to the weave.
Okay,
This one is way more connected to the weave than your resonance.
that's fine.
Hey,
It's not a sound. It's
Does-
you're magical. I was made with magic. Apparently, that's why
I
we
don't-
feel it.
I thought I heard something. That's how. I mean, I'm a musician. That's kind of how I experience magic. Does the astral plane mean anything to anybody?
The astral sea.
Astral sea mean anything to anybody? As I'm looking over the edge of the boat down at the building,
I'm assuming that I would at least have some knowledge of the astral plane based on previous research.
So anyone who feels like their character would have any kind of idea, feel free to roll an Arcana check.
yes.
I'm gonna roll a disadvantage just because I'm sure Al said something to me at some point in time.
And this isn't even the best one.
What are we rolling?
Whether or not you were
Better ones.
listening,
It's-
I
yeah.
didn't really care.
It's a good drink.
L, you would get to roll at advantage.
What are we rolling?
Arcana.
do you think you
Arcana.
know what the astral? Your character would know what the astral sea is?
Actually, maybe.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
He does not.
Scal got a 5.
Only because it's the astral sea. He may have heard of it, but he did not.
Al,
And so he
Al-
has no fucking idea.
I was gonna say Al talked about it. I have a 7.
More, you correct me with where I'm
Right.
wrong, but I'm not rolling.
Yeah, probably not.
I got a 27.
I mean, L. I mean, or let me rephrase that. Dustin, feel free.
I'm assuming it's part of the astral plane. You know, astral sea, astral plane. I don't know 100% for sure, but I also maybe we can get there from a gate, one of those
Can-
gates.
Can I have that book back?
Yeah.
So also, Dustin,
Yeah.
you would know this is a uniqueness of my world. The astral sea connects all other planes. Because you rolled a 27, you would know this.
Is it?
It's a physical manifestation and a way of traveling between planes, as well as being kind of like the amorphous space that is in between all of the other realms.
So it's more in between than the in between.
It's
In
the
between is just a weird name.
house.
Right. There's the in between, and then there's the liminal.
Yeah.
Which is a great name for
I'm
a
I'm
space.
flipping through Delilah's journal diary
Why are you asking
Whatever.
about astral sea?
until I find that question mark astral sea question mark raven question mark page, and then I'm shoving it in Elle's face. This is why.
Hold on. This is what you're seeing.
Fuck yeah.
It's not as fleshed out or as gorgeous as this artist's Delilah Yosefi has obviously put out there, but this is the basic description and the drawing that you are seeing on this page of something is floating, and what you see is question mark, astral sea, question mark, raven something question mark. That's the caption, and then on the other page you see a description of the exterior and interior. It is a metal and glass structure that is kind of circular. It's like, this is Morgan's lack of language at this point. She describes it as futuristic without saying the word futuristic, right? It's just kind of that thing. It's like, actually, what she would say is it's a more sophisticated Tinkermerian design.
Mhm.
And then the interior is where you see the things of like the crazies bouncing, banging against the doors, antiseptic white walls, those kinds of things. I will post this in the Discord.
Seeing that with the description that she's got on it, I was just gonna look up at S1 and go, I'm pretty sure she found the prison we were looking for, or that she mentioned.
Sark reaches in and pulls out a book he got from the librarian we visited. That's a very thin, old book based on Ravenhold, and just hands it to Al.
I saw that face, Morgan. I saw that face.
I'm so proud.
I was checking notes.
Skeld walks away and pulls his flask from his hip and starts taking a long tug.
When you say walk away, which direction? From away from looking over the edge of the boat?
Yeah, he probably walks towards the bow.
And Patrice follows. And he holds out his hand expectingly for the flask.
Yeah, after Skeld takes a tug, he hands the flask to Patrice.
Did Elle take the book from?
Yeah, I
That's
handed it
what at this
off.
point. No, like for
gotcha.
like that's what I had it last.
Gotcha, yeah.
Was you taking it when I kind of shoved it at you?
If you were just showing me a page, no. They would have just read it.
Read it.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as there is somebody that is watching the island, Al will start reading the book that Sark gave him.
Yeah, Esle's back on the rail then.
Just got railroad.
Okay, so who wants to take a peek at the island?
Sark will.
Go ahead and roll a perception check for please.
I think Sid is more focused on Skull.
Okay.
But we'll get there while they roll.
Fuck yeah!
Nice.
Nat 20?
Drink, yes.
Yeah!
Drink, motherfucker, drink.
I love you.
All right. I see less because mine's only a 23. I mean, that's in the 30s.
Not yet.
Yeah,
It's a 29.
Oh.
That's what I make.
I was being sarcastic, motherfucker.
As the two of you look down,
It's a good drink.
other than the physical appearance of the main plantation house, nothing has changed on the island. As you look around, because both of you guys rolled so high, as you look around, there's no change in the water. There's no change in the clouds. It appears exactly the same, other than the physical manifestation of the plantation house. And then for Elle, if you're reading the book, go ahead and roll an investigation check, please.
Not with advantage, right?
No, because you're reading.
It was worth a shot.
No, I appreciate the ask.
That is...
I'm watching the math happen in his head right now.
The 26.
Okay.
You know when it takes a while, it's going to be a high number,
Right?
Here's you're able to skim through the majority of the book. This is super thin, right? It's kind of a treatise on the Ravenhold Institute. Centuries ago, the Teufel Cabal created a prison for those they thought could hold any. Or so let me do that again. The Teufel Cabal created a prison for those they thought could hold any who they believed could be a threat to them. Sorcerers, warlock, wizards, and artificers were rounded up throughout the globe and placed them within a masterworked penitentiary, one that many of them labored to build. After the first century of roundups, the Cabal learned that working from the shadows was much more beneficial than operating in the open. However, after they left it alone, many of the practitioners operated a skill that, even though locked away at Ravenhold, many of them may still be alive, and some in better shape than others. This was written about 500 years ago, about 1500, and it was referencing a time 1500 years before that.
Mm. Fuck. So they've been there a minute. Some folks been hanging out for a while.
I was just
Yeah.
making notes
Uh-huh.
as he's reading stuff. He's not actually saying anything out loud currently about what he's learning.
I hand the flask back to Skeld, and I try and is Skeld looking off into the distance, or
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Fully off into the distance. He reaches his hand out, he grabs the flask, he takes another swig, and he walks up to the bow. and kind of off the starboard.
Right?
Starboard's to the right.
Oh, off the port side. Because I'm assuming that we're. Well, which direction are we circling in?
So,
Which
we're making a starboard turn, so we're turning to the right. So if you look over to the starboard side, you'd be looking to the island. If you want to look the other way, you're looking.
So he's looking off to port. I'll never know those two
Port
directions.
and left have the same number of letters.
Ooh, I like that.
I'm pretty sure I got that from Morgan.
That's
That
how I
checks
know
out.
that.
That
That's
checks
how I've
out.
always remembered
That's
that.
the only thing I've
Yeah.
heard that makes sense. So he's looking off to port, and he's like kind of leaning like almost right where the foremast would be, right? But like just to the port of it, staring out into the distance into stars? Question mark.
So it's still midday, but the one thing that you would be able to see where you're looking at right now would be the kind of like floating portal back to the material.
Okay, so he's staring kind of in that direction, and he takes a nice solid slug off of the flask,
Flask of many drinks.
the unending flask of rum, the flask of the undying, if you will, and then holds it back out again.
Patrice,
Sid, wait.
are you with me?
I was following.
All right.
So Sid will reach out and grab the flask and turn to Scald and say, "Do you think there's any chance that your love touched the weave? That when your love was broken, when you ended this for real for the last time, that even though the vines came up and the fortress, I don't know what we called it, was aging, it's dead to you, but it's just as alive as if it happened yesterday."
I think that whatever love remained was killed in that room. I don't know what power that has on anything else.
Is it possible though? Do you think your love touched the weave?
Do you think are you asking if I think that the mixed emotions of longing, love, hate, remembrance, and familiarity being severed in a stroke might have damaged the very fabric of existence? Is that what you're asking me?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think so. No, not
Do you feel better, Scald?
Ask me the opposite question.
Do you feel worse?
Yes to both.
L'chaim.
Mazel.
And as that happens, I see us all, again, passing the bottle around, taking another swig, and sitting in the moment.
While standing.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you guys doing?
Drinking.
Drinking.
I feel like
Standing there staring and drinking. Yeah.
We're letting other people make decisions
Yes.
as we pass a flask back and forth.
I know, but that was the royal you.
Got it. We're gonna drink until Skeld can't drink anymore. Is I think where we're at.
Yeah, pretty much.
I feel like Sark is hanging off the edge now, like staring down at stuff and just being like, I don't know if anything's gonna happen.
Right? Like nothing's changing, right?
Nope.
Do we want to claim a pocket dimension?
Yes.
Hey, we claimed a pocket dimension!
Yes.
Do you have
I'm
a
not
flag?
comfortable with the ship flying. How do we claim a pocket dimension?
Thank
Scout-
you, Eddie Izzard.
Skeld also shouts over his shoulder while fully staring off into the distance. He hears us and he goes, "Yes."
The two people who answered yes are not paying attention
Not
to
anything
anything
else.
else.
Nope.
Elle's got the Ravenhold book. It's open and a notepad taking notes. And here's That's the only part he really heard of the entire conversation.
I mean, that's the only thing that Sark really said loud enough to carry. Otherwise, it's been to SOA like, do you see anything different? No. We need to go back to the real realm so I can call the Nine Eyes and start claiming this.
Did somebody ask how we claim this out loud?
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I'll just... As long as we kill everybody else who knows how to get here.
And then we plant a flag.
What does our flag look like?
If nobody else knows how to get here, the flag is kind of optional.
Not in character.
Flag is always good.
Flag
I
is-
think we killed everyone who knows how to get here.
Except for the guy that told us how to get here, but I don't think we can kill him.
I don't want to start a fight with him.
No.
Yeah, no, he's
No.
scary. Even by my standards, he's scary.
He's Prosper and scary.
I was gonna say, like, he's on the level with Prosperin, and I'm not calling Prosperin to start a fight.
Yeah.
He's not Rick. He's not Lord Richter scary, but he's Prosper and scary.
Yeah.
I'm still not calling Prosperin to start a fight.
No,
No.
I don't think we can pay him enough to keep that a secret either.
I'm more scared of Prosper than I am of Lord Victor.
I also think
We
that
could-
people have to ask him the right question to get directions to come here.
True. We could try to go kill the thing that gives him directions. You can go punch a god-ish.
I'm down
thing.
for that. Let's go punch a god. Or godlike being.
What's giving him directions?
I don't know.
Hey, Captain, we need to leave. We gotta go make some phone calls so we can claim this dimension.
I don't like the butterfly stuff. I just want to be on the record that it's not natural.
Obviously, that's why we're claiming it.
No, the bug.
Sark just leans closer and goes, "Hi," and then walks back up to the captain.
Yeah, but I like you.
That's pretty good.
I'll gonna look around very confused because the boat's made out of wood and bone and natural things and is not sure why it's not natural.
Opposite ends of the spectrum.
Looks genuinely confused.
That's fine.
Did you just say the boat's on the spectrum?
No,
Yes. Yes, it is.
probably.
Aren't we? I mean, you're all on it.
All of us at this table, that's for sure.
Uh-huh.
Definitely all of us at this table.
All right, so I'm taking it that no one is contesting moving towards the portal and going back to the material.
Correct.
I seem to be the only one giving directions, so yes, no one's contesting.
What's our captain's name?
Mackenzie.
Captain Mackenzie.
Skeld shouts, Captain Mackenzie, can you get us back here again?
I mean, it really depends on how this works. I mean, this is the first time I've ever taken a ship through a fucking portal.
If we follow the directions that got us here the first time, do you think we'll come back?
Well, we can certainly try.
Good enough for me. Let's go.
Yep, sounds great. And he takes a big swig off of his flask of rum and hands it over again.
Well, just goes, I mean, it's a 50-50. It's not a 50. And it just trails off mumbling.
Sark is here to ignore L mode. Like, L's in his own little world. He's functioning everything else at the moment.
The
Straight for the fucking crow's nest. Like,
Shirlene heads it back towards the portal, and as you exit, you enter into the full dark of night. The stars are shining. There's not even the hint of the pinkish of sunset or sunrise. Not even the little bit of nautical twilight.
Do I recognize any constellations?
Yo, so this is exactly, you come out, instead of coming down towards that rocky, the rocky island that you guys, you come out over top of it.
Gotcha.
And as you all look around, unlike before, you can see this portal now. And it seems to be because it's, as you have been through it, now you can see it. It's no longer a leap of faith to get there.
There you go.
But so you guys are slightly to the southeast, I believe, of what is the place called? Yeah, go through all my notes. I just saw it.
Place with all the good restaurants and the tattoo artists.
No, this is
City.
Yeah, well, it's the tattoo artist, but not the restaurants. It's the weird island, the city of culture.
Mm-hmm. Curtis said City of Culture.
No, what?
Nate what I was talking about.
Nathan City.
Where you guys met Tamir Al-Kanan.
It's the flotilla known as the City of Culture.
Right.
It's Carrion. It's Carrion.
Carry.
So there's not even a moon. It's the moon has set. Like, it is just that all you see above you are the stars, rephrase, the moons plural have set. You see the stars and then the ring that encircles Liverarth. And that's where we're going to pick up in 2 weeks. And we will go from there. So thank you, everyone, as always, for joining us on this adventure of cooperative storytelling. Please, if you are on the western slope of Colorado, come see us September 20 to 21st, 2024. Come see us at Mesa County Comic-Con.
Yes.
$5 is it. It's free if you have a Mesa County Library card.
There you
Super
go.
awesome. Check out Balmer Peak Distillery in either one of their locations. Also, take a shot of No More just to celebrate those things. What you got, Jared?
I forgot to add the ginger beers from Riff Raff Local. Thank you for making something gluten-free for my celiac-infested small intestine.
Awesome. Hey, it happens.
Yeah.
Also,
Good job, Riff Raff.
Not only will we have stuff to sell that you can purchase from us, but we'll have stuff to give away when we're up at the con.
And stay tuned, please. Stick tuned here to the channels. Stick tuned to the Discord and the Instagram. Things are happening. We are making some great things. If you want to interact with us, please click the links below. Point. And as always,
Drink.
Drink. Oh,
Drink well. We fucked that one up.
it's great.